this has been a topic of conversation. Myself, some other people, some other Achaean brethren, things like that. And this is who's who's really in power today. Who's really in power today? The main thing we hear is Rome is still in power, and that's true to a point, because we know how much influence the Vatican has, right? Um, but he gave me actually the past few days I've been reading Daniel 2.
Yep. That was good.
Yeah, I've been reading Daniel 2, and it's been for a while now. You know, just looking at it and just reading it, and just asking the Most High to just download the understanding.
Mm-hmm.
There were some things that kind of stuck out to me,
Okay.
and as far as who's really in power and why it is. And I don't know, maybe I could be off, but y'all make y'all assessment when we go through the study. Because y'all know how we get down, interactive. We in the living room. It's not our living room, but we in the living room. And thanks be the Most High for Masha Pak, peoples and opening up their home in the living room. So we still in the living room, family. Still in the living room. So we're gonna go ahead and hit Daniel 2. Daniel 2. I was going to start from when Daniel reveals the dream, but I think I'm going to start the first verse. And then if something else popped into my head too after, but I'll let y'all know when it comes up.
Yeah.
So Daniel chapter 2, and this is the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, the king of Babylon at the time, Babal. Um, and of course, I'm reading out Septuagint. I know most reading around ESV, reading out Septuagint. I don't think there's too much difference. So starting at the first verse, reads, in the second year of his reign, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed a dream, excuse me, and his spirit was amazed, and his sleep departed from him. And the king gave orders to call the enchanters and the magicians and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans to declare to the king his dreams. And they came and stood before the king. And the king said to them, I have dreamed, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. And the Chaldeans spoke to the king in the Syrian language, saying, O king, live forever. Do you tell the dream to your servants, and we will declare the interpretation? So they're asking the king, okay, tell us the dream, and we'll give interpretation. So this is response. The king, verse 5, the king answers the Chaldeans, the thing has departed from me. If you do not make known to me the dream and the interpretation, you shall be destroyed. So he's telling them, look, y'all tell me the dream. Y'all tell me the dream that I had and interpret it, right? So the thing has departed from me. If you do not make known to me the dream and the interpretation, you shall be destroyed, and your houses shall be spoiled. But if you make known to me the dream and the interpretation thereof, you shall receive of me gifts and presents and much honor. Only tell me the dream and the interpretation thereof. So that's like me, telling Scott, yo, Scott, man, I had a dream last night, man. I need interpretation. So, I need you to tell me what I dreamt and then tell me what it means.
Because was he saying he forgot the whole dream, like the dream departed from him?
Yeah, I think he was basically trying to trick them. I think he still remembers the dream. He still knows the dream.
Oh, okay, yeah,
He
yeah.
wants them to tell him the whole thing.
What it meant.
You know what I mean? And you're gonna see why. He's gonna answer why that is anyway. So verse 7. They answered was it verse 6? But if you make known to me the dream and the interpretation thereof, you shall receive of me gifts and presents and much honor. Only tell me the dream and the interpretation thereof. 7. They answered the second time and said, let the king tell the dream to his servants, and we will declare the interpretation. And the king answered and said, I verily know that you are trying to gain time, because you see that the thing has gone from me. If then you do not tell me the dream, I know that you have concerted to utter before me a false and corrupt tale, until the time shall have passed. Tell me my dream, and I shall know that you will also declare to me the interpretation thereof. So he's saying, if y'all can't tell me the dream, this and that, whatever, then you're just trying to waste time and trying to conjure up something on your own, whatever. So verse 10. The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is no man upon the earth who shall be able to make known the king's matter. For as much as no great king or ruler asked such a question of an enchanter, magician, or Chaldean. For the question which the king asked is difficult, and there is no one else who shall answer it before the king, but the gods, whose dwelling is not with any flesh. Then the king, in rage and anger, commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. So the decree went forth, and they began to slay the wise men, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to slay them. Okay, because Daniel was one of the wise in the kingdom. All right. So here we go. The dream is revealed to Daniel, verse 14. Then Daniel answered with counsel and prudence to Arioch, the captain of the royal guard, who was gone forth to kill the wise men of Babel, saying, Chief magistrate of the king, wherefore has the peremptory command proceeded from the king? So Arioch made known the matter to Daniel. And Daniel entreated the king to give him time, and that he might this declare to the king the interpretation of it. So Daniel went into his house and made known. Daniel went to his Hey, grab a chair.
They say even the dogs will cry out.
That's right. Yes, grab on the chair.
We in the living room today. Even the dogs, if you ain't with us, the dogs will. Yeah, they heard you, man.
That's true.
Keep going.
That's facts. What's up, family? So verse 17. So Daniel went into his house and made known the matter to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his friends. And they sought mercy from the Most High of Shemayim of heaven concerning this mystery, that Daniel and his friends might not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babel.
Yes.
Then the mystery was revealed to Daniel in a vision of the night. So the Most High gave him the vision. And Daniel barak the Most High of Shemayim and said, May the name of the Most High be barak from everlasting unto everlasting, for wisdom and understanding are his. And he changes times and seasons. He appoints kings and removes them, giving wisdom to the wise and prudence to them that have understanding. He reveals deep and secret matters, knowing what is in darkness, and the light is with him. I give thanks to you and praise you, O Elohim of my fathers, for you have given me wisdom and power, and have made known to me the things which we asked of you, and you have made known to me the king's vision. Verse 24. Daniel came to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to destroy the wise men of Babel, and said to him, Destroy not the wise men of Babel, but bring me in before the king, and I will declare the interpretation to the king. Oh, man, Daniel's stepping in. Oh, my bad. Gotcha. All right. Making you the host, okay? Gotcha. Right. There you go. All right. Where did I leave off?
You're at 25.
Okay, then Arioch and Hath brought in Daniel for the king, said to him, I found a man of the children of captivity of Judea, who will declare the interpretation to the king. And the king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, Can you declare to me the dream which I saw and the interpretation thereof? And Daniel answered before the king and said, The mystery which the king asked the explanation of is not in the power of the wise men, magicians, enchanters, or soothsayers to declare to the king. But there is a power, there is Elohim in Shemayim, revealing mysteries, and he has made known to King Nebuchadnezzar what things must come to pass in the last days. Your dream and the visions of your head upon your bed are as follows. Verse 29. O king, your thoughts upon your bed arose as to what must come to pass hereafter, and he that reveals mysteries has made known to you what must come to pass. Moreover, this mystery has not been revealed to me by reason of wisdom, which is in me beyond all others living, but for the sake of making known the interpretation to the king, that you might know the thoughts of your heart.
That's right.
Okay? So allow on that. So you might know the thoughts of your own heart. Verse 31. Let's allow on that real quick. Verse 31, you, O king, saw, and behold, an image. That image was great, and the appearance of it excellent, standing before your face, and the form of it was terrible. It was an image, the head of which was of fine gold, its hands and breast and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of brass, its legs of iron, its feet part of iron and part of earthenware. You saw until a stone was cut out of a mountain without hands, and it smote the image upon its feet of iron and earthenware, and utterly reduced them to powder. Then once for all, the earthenware, the iron, the brass, the silver, the gold were ground to powder, and became as chaff from the summer threshing floor. And the violence of the wind carried them away, and no place was found for them. And the stone which had smitten the image became a great mountain, and filled all the Aratas, all the earth. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. You, O king, are a king of kings, to whom the Elohim of Shemayim has given a powerful and strong and honorable kingdom, in every place where the children of men dwell. And he has given into your hand the wild beasts of the field, and the birds of the sky, and the fish of the sea, and he has made you master of all. You are the head of gold. And after you shall arise another kingdom inferior to you, and a third kingdom, which is the brass, which shall have dominion over all the earth. Verse 40. And a fourth kingdom, which shall be strong as iron beats to powder and subdues all things, so shall it beat to powder and subdue. And whereas you saw the feet and the toes, part of earthenware and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. Okay. Okay. So that right there, that's where we are right now. Okay. That's where we are currently. And whereas you saw the feet and the toes, part of earthenware and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. Yet there shall be in it, listen to this, yet there shall be in it of the strength of iron. So we're going to go over what all these mean, right? There shall be in it the strength of iron, as you saw the iron mixed with earthenware. And whereas the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of earthenware, part of the kingdom shall be strong, and part of it shall be broken. Whereas you saw the iron mixed with earthenware, they shall be mingled with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave together, as the iron does not mix itself with earthenware. And in the days of those kings, the Most High of Shemayim shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and his kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall beat to pieces and grind to powder all other kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Whereas you saw that a stone was cut out of a mountain without hands, and it beat to pieces the earthenware, the iron, the brass, the silver, the gold, the great Elohim has made known to the king what must happen hereafter, and the dream is true, and the interpretation thereof sure. I'm going to stop right there. And after that, Nebuchadnezzar promotes Daniel for interpreting the dream and all of that stuff.
Give me your 43 again, if you don't mind.
43.
When you said mixed with human.
Yeah, whereas you saw the iron mixed with earthenware, or mixed with earth, they shall be mingled with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave together, as the iron does not mix itself with earthenware. And how does it read in the ESV?
43, as you saw the iron mix with soft clay, so they will mix with one another in marriage, which is so different. But they will not hold together, just as iron does not mix with clay, which means it's a structure that won't.
But it's not.
It's not going to stay together.
It's not going to stay together. So that's the whole dream and interpretation thereof, right? So let's go down to 36, right? Well, 39. Okay, Daniel tells Nebuchadnezzar, you are the head of gold. So, I mean, we've all seen it, right? We've all seen the images of this great statue, the image that, I mean, I know a lot of social media, YouTube, things like that. You see this great statue, the head of gold, which is Babylon, right? He tells, Daniel tells Nebuchadnezzar, you are the head of gold. So the head of gold, Babylon. The silver, go here. The silver, so then he says this, the chest and arms are silver, right? And that kingdom is going to come after the Babylonian kingdom, right? As a matter of fact, they're going to defeat the Babylonian kingdom. When you continue reading, because, just for the sake of time, but if you continue reading in Daniel and other books, whatever, you will see that the Medes and the Persians came after Babylon. They came in and fought the Babylonians and I think they did kill the king, right? Not Nebuchadnezzar, but it was Belshazzar or something like that. His name was Belshazzar, whatever. So the silver, the chest and the arms, that kingdom is the Medes and the Persians, right? Then verse 39, you are the head of gold, and after you shall rise another kingdom inferior to you. That's the Medes and Persians. And the third kingdom, which is the brass, okay, the brass kingdom is Greece. And matter of fact, let's go here. Chest and the arms of silver is the Medes. Go to Daniel 8 and 20.
Yeah, I think you're talking about like King Cyrus with the Persians. They had came and taken Babylon.
Yeah, I believe it was Cyrus. Actually, yeah, I think it was Cyrus. It was either Cyrus or was it Cyrus or Darius? I can't remember which one it was. I can't remember which one it was. Uh, so Daniel 8 and 20. Now this is another vision. This is a vision that Daniel. Oh, there you go. Thank you for that, bro. Appreciate that. Um, this is a vision that the Most High had given Daniel, right? And in the vision, he saw a few beasts. I think it was the beasts were the four beasts were a lion, a bear, a leopard, and then it was he described this last beast as a terrifying beast. So going through the statue, Daddy had the image up there. He had the head of gold, which is Babylon, the chest and arms, the silver is the Medes and Persian kingdom, and all of this is history.
Mm-hmm.
Like we always say, the Bible is not a religious book; it's a history book. All of this is history. You can go to any library, whatever. You can pull all of this up. This is all history. These people actually ruled. Babylon ruled. Yep. After them, it was Medes and the Persians, yep. Right? And then after the Medes and the Persians, they said the middle and the thighs were bronze and brass. That's the Grecian Empire, right? Yeah. And that was
Yeah. And to your point, they got a lot of artifacts and things too, letters and things written on things from, kings and conversations that back up the history to your point of the Bible.
Yeah, right. And they came in and with each one of these kingdoms have fallen. Yep. Each one of these kingdoms have fallen. There may still be some influences, but each one of these kingdoms have fallen. And that's why the dream was so troubling to Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah. Right? He couldn't understand it, and you're going to see in a little bit. He still didn't understand. Even after the interpretation, he still don't get it. Remember what Daniel told him? He said, "This is to see what's in your heart." But the dream was given to see what's in your heart.
It also here not only the fall though the mix.
Right. Well, that's coming towards the end.
Yeah, because that was the interesting part for me is the mix.
The mix at the end, right?
Right.
That's what we're gonna really go over to see who's really in power, right? Mm-hmm. So you have that third kingdom, which I said was the Greece, right? Mm-hmm. So Greece, say that again. Yeah, I'm going to read Daniel 8. So the third kingdom was Greece.
Palace.
Daniel 8 and what was that? 2021. Okay, and this is the vision that was given to Daniel now. The ram which you saw, verse 20, the ram which you saw that had the horns is the king of the Medes and Persians. So this dream coincides basically with what that statue was and that Nebuchadnezzar, the dream Nebuchadnezzar had, right? Mm-hmm. So that ram is the silver, right? The ram which you saw that had the horns is the king of the Medes and Persians. Verse 21. The goat, because remember I said the goat, it was a lion, I think, what did I say? Lion, a lion, bear, leopard, and a terrifying beast, right? This one is saying the goat, but the king of the Greeks, okay? So that third kingdom is Greece. Now the fourth and terrifying kingdom, okay, with the iron, and remember what they said. So verse 40 of Daniel chapter 2. And the fourth kingdom which shall be strong as iron beats to powder and subdues all things, so shall it be to powder and subdue. And whereas you saw the feet and the toes, part of earthenware and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. Yet there shall be in it of the strength of iron, as you saw the iron mixed with earthenware. So that fourth kingdom is the most powerful kingdom, right? That's why they're iron. So that is Rome, which we have a whole lot of influence. Thank you for that, right? So let's go here. Let's see what it says about Rome. You have Second Esdras, chapter 11, I believe. See this influence of Rome here. I did it myself. Second Esdras 7:1. All right, Second Esdras chapter 11, and I'm going to read verse 12 and then starting at verse 37. This is solidifying this terrifying beast of Rome. So Second Esdras chapter 11, verse 12 first. And it says, and I saw, and behold, on the right side there arose one wing and reigned over all the earth. Okay, now if you start from the beginning, it's going to tell you about this eagle in this vision. Okay, so this is all explaining Rome, right? So let's jump down to verse 37. We're going to read 37 to 46. So Second Esdras 11, starting verse 37. And I saw, and behold, as it were, a lion, okay, a lion roused out of the wood roaring. And I heard how that he sent out a man's voice to the eagle and spoke, saying, hear you, I will talk with you, and the Most High will say to you, are you not it that remain of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of my times might come through them? And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past. So Rome came and overthrew Greece and Medes and the Persians and Babylon. That's what it's saying. Fourth came, overcame all the beasts that were past and held the world in governance with great trembling in the whole compass of the earth with grievous oppression. And so long time lived he upon the earth with deceit. And you have judged the earth, but not with truth. For you have afflicted the meek, you have hurt the peaceful, you have hated those who speak truth, you have loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of those who brought out fruit and cast down the walls of such as did you no harm. Therefore is your insolent dealing come up to the Most High, and your pride to the mighty. The Most High also has looked upon his times, and behold, they are ended, and his ages are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more, you eagle, nor your horrible wings, nor your evil little wings, nor your cruel heads, nor your hurtful talons, nor all your vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed and be eased, being delivered from your violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. But this is the Most High speaking to Rome. But this is the vision that he's given Esdras. Second Esdras 12, 10 through 12. Yes, sure. Second Esdras 12, 10 through 12. He continues, and he said to me, this is the interpretation of this vision which you saw. The eagle whom you saw come up from the sea is the fourth kingdom, which appeared in vision to your brother Daniel. But it was not expounded to him as I now expounded to you, or have expounded it. All praise. So this Rome is a serious beast. Okay, and we still see the influence. Now, what I want to get to as far as what's going on right now and where the power is, or who's in power, is this. So going back to Daniel 2, right? Starting at verse 40 again. Daniel 2, yep, Daniel 2, going back to verse 40. The fourth kingdom, which shall be strong as iron beats to powder, subdues all things, so shall it be to powder and subdue. And that's exactly what Rome did. All right, just like we just read. Rome was on a tear, destroying the meek, okay, burning up Israelites. Okay.
Whatever
we read that, what that Nicene Creed, that Apostles' Creed, how they took everything. We know it was Rome that decimated Yahweh Shalom, right? 70 AD. Right? So they came on a tear, right? Verse 41, and whereas you saw the feet and the toes, part of earthenware, part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. Yet there shall be in it of the strength of iron, as you saw the iron mixed with earthenware. So, where is that? I want to say, where is Daniel? Does it say, it speaks about the, I think it's Daniel 8, that speaks about the 10 nations. It is Daniel 8, right? Daniel 8. Do you remember what verse that is?
Daniel 7, 10 horns, fourth beast,
10 horns.
10 kings.
It's Daniel 8?
Daniel 7.
Daniel 7?
7 through 8, and then 23 through 24. It might not be exactly what you're looking for, but just take a peek at that. Verse 7, 8 to 10 horns of the fourth beast.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
So Daniel 7, starting at verse 7. After this one I looked, and behold, a fourth beast, okay, dreadful and terrible, as Rome again, and exceedingly strong, and his teeth were of iron, devouring and crushing to atoms, and it trampled the remainder with its feet, and it was altogether different from the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Okay. I noticed his horns, and behold, another little horn came up in the midst of them, and before it 3 of the former horns were rooted out. Behold, there were eyes as the eyes of a man in this horn, and a mouth speaking great things. All right. So that's where I wanted to get to. Those 10 horns. Those 10 horns are 10 nations. 23 and 24? Thank you. All right. So 23. And he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom on the earth, which shall excel all other kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and trample and destroy it. So we've seen that everywhere we read. And his 10 horns are 10 kings that shall arise, and after them shall arise another, who shall exceed all the former ones in wickedness, and he shall subdue 3 kings. Okay? So now we getting those 10 kings, those 10 nations. Mm-hmm. So when you read that Daniel chapter 2, and it speaks about in the feet and the toes, and part of the earthenware, part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, yet there shall be in it of the strength of iron. Mm-hmm. These 10 nations, okay? This is what's in play right now.
Yes.
But it says that there shall be in it of the strength of iron. So these 10 nations now, this is the time of the end. Because remember, this vision was for the end. You have these 10 nations now that are set up, and now you have the influence of that fourth beast. Okay, and you see that influence all over the place, right? So
read the 10 nations again.
We're gonna go over that right now.
Okay.
There's 10 nations that were given in this vision, that was given in this dream, right? And when we read Daniel chapter 2, with that statue that Danny showed the image of, the bottom half of that statue now was the iron mixed with clay. Right? The iron mixed with clay. So that's the influence of Rome mixed in with these 10 nations. So it's not just one nation or one entity in power. Okay? So let's go to our famous text, Psalm 83. Psalm 83. We said 10 kings, right? 10 nations, right? Psalm 83. So, and a lot of people want to say, oh, the European Union is this and European, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. The Most High is not messing with any of that. This is deeper than what we know tangibly as economics and politics and all this. This is way deeper. It's way deeper. So it's these 10 nations. So starting at the first verse of Psalm 83, reading out of Septuagint. Song of a song of a psalm for Asaph. O Elohim, who shall be compared to you? Be not silent, neither be still, O power. For behold, your enemies, you're going to see who these enemies are. Your enemies have made a noise, and they that hate you have lifted up the head. Against your people they have craftily imagined a device and have taken counsel against your saints. They have said, come and let us utterly destroy them out of the nation, and let the name of Yasharal be remembered no more at all. Mm-hmm. They have taken counsel together with one consent. Mm-hmm. Right? This is the clay. For they have taken counsel together with one consent. They have made a confederacy against you. They have made a confederacy against the Most High. Right? Even the tents of the Idumeans, Ishmaelites, Moab, Hagarenes, Gabal, Ammon, Amalek, Philistines also, with them that dwell at Tyre, and yet Ashur too is come with them. They have become a help to the children of Lot. Salah. 10 nations. These 10 nations. Now, what's the significance of these 10 nations? Then Danny has brought it to light a few times. Myself, we brought it to light a few times. Trav, Christopher. These 10 nations are very close. They're family to us. They're family to us. Surround us, and they are family. So again, like I said, we look at things tangibly. We hear about the economics, we hear about the politics, and we hear all of these things, this and that, whatever. We think that these people are, really in play, and to a point they are. But this thing is way deeper than that. The Most High, He already knows who's wicked. He already knew that these nations were wicked. He told us that He was sending us to a what? Foolish nation. Right? That was nothing new. That was nothing new. But these nations that are confederate are very close and dear and near to Yashraal. They're cousins and servants and brethren. Right? Cousins and servants and brethren. All right, so let's look at this even closely now. You see him? Yeah, I think I see him. So the Idumeans are who? Edomites.
So they want their inheritance.
Right. So and they're also what? Shemites. Yeah. Right? Just like us. Right? Same thing. Exactly right. So you got Idumeans, Edomites, Shem. Right? Okay. Esau is the brother of who? Exactly right. Exactly right. Esau is the brother of who? Jacob. Ishmaelite. Who is Ishmael?
Hagar.
Okay. Son of Abraham. Son of Abraham. Right? Moab. Who's Moab?
Cousins.
Right? Moab. Children of Lot. Okay? Abraham's what?
Lot
nephew.
Daughter.
Right? The Hagarenes. Anybody know who the Hagarenes are? Okay. Well, Hagarenes, we know Hagar they said she was an Egyptian woman, right? Mm-hmm. But she had Ishmael, so she dwelt among the Ishmaelites. So they're connected to the Ishmaelites. Mm-hmm. Hagarenes are connected to the Ishmaelites. Matter of fact, it says an Arabian tribe east of the Jordan, derived from Hagar, Sarah's Egyptian maid, linked to the Ishmaelites. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gabal is a region in Idumea. Yes. So they link to Esau. All right. Ammon. Who's Ammon?
Cousin. Lot's brother, sons.
Exactly right.
Now, it's interesting how they separated the Hagarites or whatever you say because they, because the law says it has to go through the father, but they had to specify it through Hagar, and otherwise it just be pointing towards Abraham. You wouldn't know. So it's trying
Well,
to let you know, like, man, them the ones that came from Hagar, man, they against you.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, this thing is
That's why.
deep, man.
That's why when you get to the New Testament, it's like, man, we both came from Abraham. Yeah, but who?
Right. Right.
Yup.
Right.
We've never
Exactly
been
right.
enslaved.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
That's the distinction.
That's
Yeah.
the
So
distinction.
it had to, Coach Danny point, it had to make the distinction.
That's it. No doubt. I mean, this thing is deep. I mean, it. When I was reading it, it just hit me, man. And I mean, I started getting goosebumps. I'm like, oh man, this thing is deep, man. So Ammon again, children of Lot. Amalek, descendant of who?
Esau.
Esau. Okay. Now the Philistines, Hamites, right?
Tyre.
But where they dwelt, they assimilated with who? Into where? Canaanite territory. Okay?
And they said there won't be a single Canaanite of
They assimilated and they dwelt in Canaanite territory, right? And in which areas? And you'll see why there's all this fighting and all this stuff going on over there right now. Okay? So originally Canaanite territory is the areas of what we know now as what? Gaza, Syria, Palestine.
Yeah. That's pretty much the Philistine. Oh, that's where Palestine.
Right, that's Palestine comes from.
That's
Exactly.
where it comes from.
Exactly where Palestine comes from. Right? So they're assimilated with Canaanites. Now, that's going to ring a bell in a few minutes. All right. Tyre. Anybody know who Tyre? Tyres are people closely connected to the Sidonians, and Sidon was the firstborn to who? Canaan.
That Tyre is talked about obviously in
What's that? Ezekiel. Right?
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Exactly right. As what?
Prince of
Darkness. Exactly right. So Tyre is linked to Sidonians and Sidon. Say it again? Oh no, this is good for my back. So the Sidonians, Sidon was the firstborn to Canaan, right? And again, it's going to make sense in a minute as far as where Canaan comes into this, all right? And then Ashur. Ashur is who? Shemite. He's the second. Ashur is the second son of Shem, and Ashur is linked to who? The Assyrians. Okay. So now, these are the 10 nations.
which is who took us in.
Say again?
Which is who took us into captivity.
What?
Okay. Who took us into
Assyria.
captivity? Assyria took us into captivity. Northern tribes. So these 10 nations now, these 10 nations, this is those 10 nations, that's that clay mixed with the iron. Okay, I should say, well, the iron is mixed in with the clay. Okay, that's what we read in Daniel chapter 2. That Rome, that influence of Rome, is mixed in with these 10 nations. So these 10 nations, our brethren, okay, and where the Canaanites come in. Let's go back to, what was that? Genesis, is it 10, where it says,
So the table of nations?
no, Noah. Noah, when Noah cursed Canaan. Genesis
Genesis 9,
9, right? Okay. Well,
27.
Con. Okay. So I'll start at the 18th verse. Genesis 9, start at the 18th verse. Now the sons of Noah, which came out of the ark, were Shem, Ham, Japheth. Ham was father of Canaan. These three are the sons of Noah. Of these were men scattered over the Aratiles, over the earth. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and was drunk, and was naked in his house. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. And he went out and told his two brothers without. And Shem and Japheth, having taken a garment, put it on both their backs, and went backwards, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their face was backward, and they saw not the nakedness of their father. And Noah recovered from the wine, and knew all that his younger son had done to him. And he said, cursed be the servant, who? Canaan. Hanan. A slave shall he be to his brethren. Okay? Slave shall he be to his brethren. So Hanan was supposed to serve his brethren. So when I was reading, I was like, I'm looking at the two, the two Hamite nations that were talked about in the 10 nations. I'm like, wait a minute, both of them connected to Hanan, Canaan, and Canaan was supposed to be a servant to his brethren, Shem and Japheth. But here, when we look at all of these nations, these 10 nations, every single last one of them had nothing but what? Conflict with who? Yahshua. All throughout the text.
Well,
Wars, scriptures here, wars and conflict and all of these things all throughout the text. So when we read that Psalm 83, and what Asaph is saying, go back to it. Right? He's praying to the Most High, like, read that next verse, and when he after Ashir, verse 9, Asaph says, "Do you to them as you did to Midian, to Sisera, as to Jabin." Like, yo, remove them. Remove them. They have all. This is the house. And they all have a problem with you, Most High. And because they have a problem with you, they have had a problem with us. And they have been thorns in our side. But this is the house. That is the issue. This is who is in power. It's these 10 nations. Okay? It's all spiritual.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That's for sure.
It's all spiritual. That's why we can't, you can't just look at, yeah, we live in this construct and all that, but you can't just look tangibly. There's something deeper going on. The Most High is all about his people. As a matter of fact, as far as the 10 Commandments go, what's the breakdown of the 10 Commandments? The first 4 commandments are what?
Yeah.
How we love and worship and revere the Most High. The next 6 are what? And on all and on what? On all of these commandments, right? Hang all the law and the prophets. So everything, so when we live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High, this is what we're doing. We're loving the Most High and worshiping the Most High with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength. And then we're supposed to be loving our brethren, okay, which is a commandment. The house ain't supposed to be broken up. The house ain't supposed to be jacked up.
That's why you see this right
there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, one.
Okay.
So who's in the middle?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rome.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And all these people hate each other, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And isn't that what Daniel
Psalm
said?
83 is saying.
And that's what Daniel says, right? He said they're together, but in Rome has come in and mixed their seed with all of these people. That's why you see, bright people within. Right?
That's that bumper sticker too with all them.
Yeah, coexistence, come together.
That's what that is.
One.
They come in and mingle their seed, just exactly what the dream was saying, mingle their seed with all of these nations, right? And now these nations have been confederate against the Most High and hate their brethren and those they were supposed to serve. And now they have come in, and with the influence of Rome now, we're going to wipe Yasharal off the face of the map. We're going to wipe Yasharal off the face of the earth. Now, again, we know the real reason for all of this taking place is because of what?
Disobedience. Yeah. We did it ourselves.
Right?
Yeah.
Disobedience. But this is what's really good. This is the actual play. because this is the dream that the Most High gave Nebuchadnezzar. He just had this dream by chance. The Most High gave him this dream, and he said it was for the time of the end.
Right.
Okay?
So at this point in time, it's prophecy at that point in time. When he distinguished himself from the sorcerers, that was one of the things I loved about the story. When Daniel's like, "Look, man, this came from the Most High.
This is from the Most High.
Let's get this right." And then, so at that point in time, what we're seeing is the fulfillment of that prophecy.
This is prophecy coming to pass, and he gave it to this foreign king, but he said to the king, right? This is so that you would know what's in your heart.
Right.
Right. Go back to Daniel 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go back to Daniel 2. So he has this troubling dream about this.
He ain't got no brothers on the stage. I noticed.
They both in,
y'all got one in there.
That cardinal.
Is that one?
I think that's the brother. Well, he's melanated, but not.
Nah, he ain't no brothers.
But what the interesting thing is, you see who's to the right of the Pope.
You see east. You see Kazarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who's to the right of the Pope.
On the left.
Islam.
Yeah, you see the.
Oh, it's right there. They did it right in front of our thing.
Yeah.
So even though Rome has fallen, right? Fallen because you see, I think it was like a 470 something.
Yeah.
It ain't.
It went underground.
The influence of
It
it went underground. Right. The influence of it has never gone away.
Right.
It's never gone away, and that's what you see. These 10 nations now has this influence, and this is what the Most High is like. This is what he's upset about. Y'all come in, y'all jacked up the house, and now you've allowed a now foreigner to come in now to come against me and my people. This is what's taking place. This is what's happening, right? So good for
Well, he warned us in Psalm, like,
but
crafty counsel coming against
you.
you.
But with the mixing of them, and I'm just gonna call it. I was just thinking out loud. But he also said to us to separate ourselves from that. So in this scenario, Daniel was speaking to him about how the other nations will come apart, but Daniel's still following the Most High and saying, "Hey, we not even supposed to mix with these cats."
Well, that's how we.
Yeah, you can see.
So we passed that stage.
Right. We're past that. So
the Assyrians. I mean, that was 7 something BC. The southern tribes was 5 something BC. So we were already well into disobedience.
Right.
And looking over the fence. Why we go in captivity and still are in captivity.
So I just see like there's just no, I don't believe in coincidence anyway. Everything.
Word don't exist.
Exactly right. So I mean the last 6 commandments are how we're supposed to treat our brethren, right? And then you have the Most High, and even though they're not Yasharal, they still bloodline.
Yeah, that's definitely bloodline.
They're still bloodline, and then you have Canaan, who's supposed to serve his brethren, right? And the Most High says in John 13:35, right? They will know you're my disciples by the love you have for one another. We were all supposed to have love for one another. I mean, you see the why is Edom on the Most High's most wanted list?
Because they transgressed the covenant of his brother.
They sold us. They were the ones that turned us over to the Assyrians.
Right.
And that's why they got Ishmael. That's why Obadiah is
right.
It's
a
about
whole chapter.
Yeah.
And
they're the only the Edomites are the only nation that has a genealogy.
That's right.
Genesis 36.
Right.
So that tells you enough about them.
I mean, this is the brother of Jacob, the twin brother of Jacob.
Who wants his inheritance.
And I think it's spoken about in Jasher as well, because as Hebrews, what did we do? Right? We went to, just like what Deuteronomy 6 is talking about, with the word of the Most High, how we're supposed to, meditate in the day and night and speak it unto ourselves, when we're getting up, we're going to sleep, when we're, walking along the way. It's supposed to on a doorpost everywhere. The word is supposed to be with us at all times, right? He's supposed to be with us at all times. So this is what we did back in the day. Abraham sat with what? Was it Noah and Shem?
Yeah.
For how many years? 30 something years?
Yeah, 30 something years.
39.
Right? And so this was supposed to be passed down because, again, the Ten Commandments just didn't come at Mount Sinai. The commandments, the law, statutes, commandments were in place way before then.
Well, that was a power room, though. If you think about it, man, walk and being with them, being in that group for that amount of time, man. I don't even know what they were sharing up in that tent, man. You know what I mean?
And that's
39 years.
But it's living it out, too. It
39
was like,
years.
yeah, they were living it out.
You know, so to pass all that wisdom and knowledge and understanding down to your seed, it was supposed to continue down the line. And in the book of Jasher, I don't know if many of y'all read it, what did we see Esau do?
He said, I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it. I'm going hunting.
Right? I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I think it was him and Isaac was Jacob was supposed to go. Right?
Jacob and Esau was supposed to go.
Jacob and Esau was supposed to go and sit under and hear and learn. And he got up in age and said, you know what? I'm not doing it anymore.
But you know what, too, I want to interject real quick. Because I remember I was telling you this one cap saying that Joe said Joe was Edom, but the thing is, like when he was talking about, that's kind of hard to fathom, but that didn't be the case because he didn't sit under anything concerning the counsel and the wisdoms of the word at all. He just up and did like
I believe he was though.
Huh?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't even.
He was an Edomite.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was an Edomite.
But we had Melchizedek at that time. So
right.
Melchizedek, he was Sith.
Oh,
he might have sat, it's no proof of that, but he might have sat under a Melchizedek.
Yeah. So he was an Edomite.
Yeah, he's an Edomite.
Oh, yeah.
And he won't just no normal. He won't just no normal Edomite either, man. He had like 7,000 donkeys, like 10,000 cow. Man, he was. Some would say he was the king.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, he definitely ruled some area for sure.
You got
Hey, word. You learned
but he was an Edomite.
He definitely was an Edomite.
He was an Edomite.
Definitely was an Edomite. So again, we know the Roman influence.
But we know Job was one of the first books written. So
exactly.
Long, you know what I mean? Book. Again, before all of y'all's plan for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was well before.
Right. Job is a very, very old book.
Man.
I think it's supposed to be old.
It's the oldest tech in theory.
That's deep.
So they say, yeah.
But yeah, he was an Edomite.
Yeah, because I think he would have been before Edom was established in the land where Edom was.
That's right. Remember we talked about that when we he was established in there. I mean, they're writing it backwards in the sense that his nationality would be Edomite, per se.
Right.
But I don't know how to identify it at the time, but yeah.
Right. So you wonder, like, okay, where does he fit in?
But that's like the Moabites. I mean, we talked about that on the studies that's Moses went to the Moabites, right? Exactly right. To learn. So there was a and y'all wouldn't have sent him there. Moses, Midianite. I'm talking Midianite.
Yeah,
Midianites.
Exactly right. Because they learned under their father Abraham.
Yeah, they learned under Abraham. Yeah.
All right. They learned under their father Abraham. So all of these people. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. You gotta say it with your chest so they can hear you on the.
Hey, y'all hear me?
we need a little more bass.
They ain't lying.
That's my bro.
Trouble like a ball.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you.
I ain't gonna work in this room.
He's like,
how low can you go?
19.
Where you at? Jubilees 19?
Starting verse 13.
Jubilee 19.
Jubilees 19. We've got 2:30. Yeah, I'm gonna make them.
No. I think we need to push them back.
Oh, okay. 19. Where you at? Verse 30?
13.
Oh, Jubilees 19, starting verse 13.
Y'all hear me over there?
Hey, y'all hear me
over there?
Yeah, my brother.
Alright.
That Clayton came out.
I know.
Give me something. Speak. Read. Read.
So this is Jubilees chapter 19, starting at verse 13. In the 6th week, in the 2nd year, therefore Rebekah bore to Isaac 2 sons, Jacob and Esau. And Jacob was a smooth and upright man. Esau was fierce, a man of the field in Harry, and Jacob dwelt in tents. And the youths grew, and Jacob learned to write, but Esau did not learn, for he was a man of the field and a hunter, and he learned of war, and all his deeds were fierce. And Abraham loved Jacob, but Isaac loved Esau. And Abraham saw the deeds of Esau, and he knew that in Jacob should his name and seed be called. And he called Rebekah and gave commandment regarding Jacob, for he knew that she too loved Jacob much more than Esau. And he said unto her, My daughter, watch over my son Jacob, for he shall be in my stead on the earth, and for a blessing in the midst of the children of men, and for the glory of the whole seed of Shem. For I know that Yahweh will choose him to be a people for possession unto himself above all the peoples that are upon the face of the earth. And behold, Isaac, my son, loves Esau more than Jacob, but I see that you truly love Jacob. Add still further to your kindness to him, and let your eyes be upon him in love, for he shall be a blessing unto us on the earth, from henceforth unto all generations of the earth. Let your hands be strong, and let your heart rejoice in your son Jacob, for I have loved him far beyond all my sons. I'm gonna stop at 22. For he shall be blessed forever, and his seed shall fill the whole earth. If a man can number the sand of the sea, or the sand of the earth, his seed shall be numbered. His seed shall also be numbered, and all the blessings thereof, wherewith Yah has blessed me, and my seed shall belong to Jacob and his seed always.
All praises. All praises. I'm telling you, there's something way bigger at play, and when I look at these 10 nations, how they're all close to us, these are all nations that were surrounding us and very dear and close to us, okay? And now all of a sudden, now they hate the Most High, they hate their brethren, they hate the one they were supposed to serve, and this is what's in play right now, okay? And then you see the stone cut out in Daniel chapter 2. All right, what did he say towards the end? Verse 44. And in the days of those kings, the Most High Shemaim shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and his kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall beat to pieces and grind to powder all other kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Okay, and when we read the dream, what was it? I think it says, verse 34, Daniel chapter 2. You saw until a stone was cut out of a mountain without hands, and it smote the image upon its feet of iron and earthenware and utterly reduced them to powder. You read Jeremiah 51, that stone, who do you think that stone is? That stone that was cut out of that mountain to destroy these 10 nations.
The cornerstone, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That stone that was cut out. But also, now I was thinking, is the Mashiach? Or is it us?
That acts, the Most High talks about.
Exactly. Jeremiah 51. That battle axe. Right. Because he says what? With you, right? With you, I'm going to cut in pieces in all the people, the horses, the chariots, everything. With you, I'm going to do that. And it could be possible. Yeah. Exactly. He's going to be leading swords. He's leading. Yeah, he's leading the charge.
When we come out, remember Revelation 16 or 19.
He's leading the charge.
He has a name that no one knows.
No one knows, right?
Like you ain't seen that version.
Right. Exactly right.
But just taking a step back to the Esau, because we talked about Esau obviously being the woodsman, but the one thing that I get from his story is he understood a portion of the word for sure, because he came to his daddy for the blessing. He wanted that blessing.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he knew what the blessing meant for all intents and purposes. He knew what it meant.
Yep. Yeah, he was upset.
You know what I'm saying?
He said that. He was upset afterwards. But thing is, but the Most High had already had something set up.
Right.
So that's the thing. The Most High, because he knew, hey, he's quiet. He knew he already knew his heart.
Yeah.
And we see that as we just read, right?
Right.
Well, you can sit here actually.
He knew his heart because we saw that when we just read. When it came time for him to go and learn and this now,
he was outside it.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So the Most High had already known. My man, remember.
See you.
It's been a minute.
Man. What's happening, my brother?
You can sit right here.
You fought Camelo last week, did you? Hey man, you threw your arm off with that one.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So that stone became a great mountain, right? Verse 35 of Daniel chapter 2. That stone became a great mountain. It became his chaff, and some of them, and the violence of the wind carried them away. No place was found for them. And the stone which had smitten the image, okay? So the stone that was cut out, okay, says without hands, was thrown at the feet of the clay and the iron, right? And ground it all to powder. So use that stone to destroy all of those nations and the influence within those nations. Okay, that stone, me personally, I believe that Josh alluded to Mashiach, and I believe it's us as well.
Yeah, he's leading it.
He's leading the charge.
Like later on in this chapter 2, it's talking about this stone being a kingdom that doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's
right. Exactly right. Well, verse 44. And in the days of those kings, the Most High of Shemayim shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And his kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall beat to pieces. Going back to Jeremiah 51, right? We're going to break in pieces, right? So you shall beat to pieces and grind to powder all other kingdoms, and that kingdom is going to stand forever. Okay. Whereas you saw that a stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and it beat to pieces the earthenware. So it beat to pieces all of these other nations. The iron, the brass, the silver, the gold, the great Elohim is made known to the king what must happen hereafter, and the dream is true, and the interpretation thereof sure. Okay, so we got to see past all the tangible. I mean, the text talks about walking by faith and not by sight, right? Dory, what you said last week hit me like a ton of bricks when we talked about Deuteronomy 6 and and being intentional and living on purpose, living intentionally. I'm telling you, that has resonated with me all week long. And that's exactly what we do. I know we live in this construct. We got to get up. We got to go to work. We got to do all things. There's so many distractions distracting us, but the time of the end is at hand, right? Most Highs more of our people are waking up, faster and faster and quicker now, more than ever before. Um, just talk about how things are coming into fruition now. Things that were hidden are now being made manifest. And the Most High is even using other nations to make these things known. Things that were hidden way before now just coming out, and it's just crazy now. And I believe he's just unveiling some things unto us. So we talked about, I think, a couple of weeks ago, as far as Yasharal goes, just being intentional, not only to love the Most High and keep his law, statutes, commandments, but being intentional to truly love one another. Being truly intentional to love one another. Like, we talked about the spirit, that gut feeling when you get, if the Most High brings or the Spirit brings someone to your mind, call that person. See how they're doing, right? We're going out to outreach tomorrow. This, now, whatever. Make it, make it your intention to go out there with love and for your people. You know what I mean? And I mean, of course, I'm not saying to force anything to come out your mouth or whatever, but truly be intentional with every single thing that you are doing. Every single thing. Because there's one, was that Ecclesiastes?
To your point, I feel like sometimes it's small things
Yeah.
that the Most High puts on your heart to say to maybe a stranger, texting. Very small, very short things that we're like,
Mhm.
I'm just speaking for me. I
No,
can't
no,
speak for
I'm
anybody
right there
else.
with you.
I'm like, I don't really like to talk to strangers or whatever. But I mean, I do it today. Very short interaction, very small, and I kept it moving
Wow.
because I feel like if it wasn't, it's not harmful. It's still something positive.
Right.
But I'm trying to be obedient and listen to the Most High when He says, and it might be that, okay, I can trust you to say this small, something bigger next time, that. So even the very littlest, smallest things, I think, are important.
Mm. What does it say? Some water, some y'all reap the harvest. Some plant, some
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Because for real, it's like just like Thor said. That's how it really is. Because I had an example one time where I had told one of my homeboys Shalom, and he came to me and said he went to a museum a couple weeks later, and that the lady at the front pointed at him and said Shalom for no reason, and he said he knew it was God. And I say that to say, like, you never know why y'all put something on your heart, but he gonna water what he gave you if we obedient.
Yep. Right. Most High is intentional in what He does, right? We have His people, especially getting back to the covenant, have to be intentional about what we do. And again, like I said, I look at these, these 10 nations, very close, dear to us, but yet have hate for the Most High, and of course hate His people. And this is what's taking place right now. Again, it goes beyond, it's way beyond Trump. It's way beyond, the Rothschilds and the DuPonts and all of these people. It's way beyond that. The Most High, I guarantee, the Most High ain't even on that time. Okay, He ain't even on that time. Honestly, if He's looking at this and He's giving this foreign king a dream of the end, a dream. This is a dream of the end. None of these other European nations, this and that, none of that was mentioned. But these nations that are close and dear to us, with the influence that's the only part of the influence of Rome, right? Because we know the Rome's influence in the government and all of these things is but they've allowed this influence to come in now and dictate and cause this rift, right? So for us, the house has to come back to order.
Well, I think the challenge is that those nations are everyone and no one.
Con,
I'm gonna use that
con,
matrix
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
As we know, the Edomites,
So it's the mix.
right, mixed and mingle with everybody.
Everybody.
We already know the Ishmaelites and mixed and mingle with everybody.
Yeah.
So that challenge is, well, when you go from Psalm 82 to Psalm 83, if we kept our pulse, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But in Psalm 83, they hate us because y'all chose us.
That's right.
I mean, that's just the bottom line. They hate us because we've been chosen.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody, the funny thing, we talk about this all the time. The funny thing about it is that's why if you really got down to and asked any other nation of people why they hate us, they couldn't articulate it because it's spiritual. They don't even know that it's spiritual. But for some reason, why do you hate a people that is the least of the least from one end of the earth to the other?
Yep. It's all spiritual.
It's all spiritual.
It is all spiritual. I mean, I can't say that enough. It is all spiritual. Yeah. It is all spiritual. it goes way beyond, like I said, it goes way beyond the White House and like I said, the only entity that was mentioned that's still in play is Rome.
That's why in that image, you would have never seen that a number of years ago. Like all of those people.
All of it, nope.
Yeah.
On one stage,
Nope.
Confederate with each other. We're watching that in that. That's why I put that picture up there. You're seeing a modern version
Exactly right.
of what we read.
Yep.
Like they, and most of them are probably enemies to each other. But again, just like the Pharisees hated the Sadducees, but they joined together to get rid of Yahshua.
More common.
Right.
Yep.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And like I said, that's the same thing in Daniel.
Yeah.
Right? They're together, but they're not cleaving to one another.
No, it's purposeful.
Purposeful.
They know that they're trying to get rid of us.
Right.
Yeah, and you know all the nations are in on the joke because they allowing Mam's ears to pose. You see what I'm saying? So all the other nations, they know.
Well, we know that Hitler and them knew. I got the book right there to tell you that.
Yeah.
He knew.
To serve their gods out loud.
Right.
Oh, it's true. There is no more hiding at this point in time. And so that's why I said that part where the Most High said, don't even ask them what God they serve. We just need to stay on the path.
We already know.
And that's the purpose of the distractions and all of these things, to get Yasharal to worship these other foreign gods.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Because
that's how you get cut off.
Advantage.
Right. That's how you get cut off.
That's the advantage. Right? If we're not worshiping the Most High, the Most High don't want to have anything to do with us, and now they can take advantage. Right? That's division and the conflict. And that's why, I'm telling you, what you said hit me like a ton of bricks. That's why we have to be so intentional. It goes beyond us fellowshipping in this room. It goes way beyond that. Way beyond that. We have to be intentional, like the text says, and our rising up, and our going to sleep, and our going to work. The Most High has to be the priority. His word has to be the priority. Everything that we do has to be intentional. Everything that we do has to be with the mindset of pleasing the Most High. Every single thing. That's why I was, when you spoke about, the I call them, the Tazayah Tazas. That's the Lashawan way of saying the Tazayah Tazas. And Scott said something a couple of weeks ago, just, looking down at them, and it just, kind of remind you of, keeping the ways of the Most High, you know what I mean? And just, being intentional and being focused, because your focus can be easily thrown off from just day-to-day nonsense.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And especially when it comes to loving our brethren. I always say it's not the hardest it's not the easiest thing sometimes. Our people don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. And, we know it's because of the curses and the consequences of disobedience. We know that, but we have to be even more intentional, because why? The Most High was and is long suffering with us. So we have to work harder to, keep ourselves together, bring this house together, right? So that the Most High can be pleasing with us, because I know we say, he's waiting on us. We have to get it together. We have to show some effort in being intentional. So these other nations, like I said, they're intentional in their doing towards us, toward the Most High. So now we have to be more intentional in aligning ourselves with the Most High, to get this thing going. So I yield with that, family. I yield with that. I just want to keep your eyes and ears open, because I truly believe there are a lot of provoking spirits out there, especially now, really trying to throw the game off, and throw everything off balance. I think it was his Second Thessalonians talks about a falling away, and more I'm hearing and seeing more and more of our people are what's that scripture talk about? The no longer enduring sound doctrine. No longer enduring
itchy
sound
ears.
doctrine. Yes, having itching ears. They don't want to hear sound doctrine. You know, that's why I enjoy the fellowship and how we go over foundational scriptures. You know, we hear the same scriptures all the time. All the time. All the time. And there's a reason for that. Okay? That foundation has got to be built up. It's got to be built up. So I believe truly that there are provoking spirits, or they're provoking our people to turn the other way. I mean, we have a choice. The Most High say, "Set before you life and death, blessing and cursing." Right? And there's going to be many distractions. If they haven't been already, there will be. I'm not putting anything on anybody. It's just facts. It just is what it is. So we have to be intentional in our dealings with each other, our dealings with our family, dealings with our brethren out there on the street. We just have to be very, very intentional because, like, I always quote that text, John 13:35, right? They will know that we are his disciples by the love we have for one another. And we see these other nations, these 10 nations, because what Danny spoke of envy and jealousy, right? Coming against the Most High, coming against his people. In the end time, they will be destroyed by the very nation they are trying to destroy. So I'm gonna yield with that. Deal with that. All praises.
All right, Chris.
All praises. Anybody got?
No, not that. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm not spinning.
no. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, intentional movements. I agree with that, and keeping us on that path, and that's what we've been talking about, is staying on that path, and without all the distractions that we get. And it's interesting that even the picture that you showed up there, if we went to that picture and asked them, they're going to try to welcome you into their faith, and they're going to ask you who you are.
Oh yeah.
And see, that's why I get that part when he said, y'all said, don't even ask them. Don't even fool up with that mess. You see what I'm saying? But that's why a lot of our people are lost, because they have accepted that invitation.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's deeper.
You know what I mean?
Like I said, it's deeper than the government. All these. I mean, all of the stuff that we see on TV and we hear the news and all that stuff. All of it is a distraction.
Distraction.
All of it.
It's
So
distraction.
don't,
Every 2 weeks.
don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in it.
You know how not to get caught up in? Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. Exactly right. Don't look at it. It's all there for entertainment and to be a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay? To keep the people of the Most High and those who will cleave unto the Most High, to keep you out of the book, to keep you from from reading and speaking it to yourself, and to keep you in fear.
To keep you.
It's
Go ahead, Chris.
it's all a plan. It's all a plan, man. By the time you see it on the TV, they done sat down and met about it and decided what they was gonna tell you. It's all a plan.
Because if you look at the protocols design, this book playbook and
Yeah, they just spent they just spent the imposters just spent 45 million on Google and YouTube for propaganda for the next 3 years. So they planning on what they gonna dose you with.
And we have to understand that because it's spiritual, everything is geared towards us.
Every single thing.
All that other stuff for the rest of the nations is collateral damage.
Exactly right.
And you have to be careful not to open yourself up for everything, right? And you start to understand it, because in your mind you'll start to see these commercials like Chris and you guys have said. It could be milk. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden at the end of the commercial, you're an activist for milk. It's saving milk. Because you're just so open to everything that you hear.
And we believe it.
And we believe. You know what I mean?
Yep, naive.
And you like, they're trying to poison the milk. Oh, I'm going to go out and save the world. You know what I mean? I'm going to get me a pet cow, but and I'm just, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, I noticed that you got to guard your mind. Because the one thing that they want to take away from you is your mind.
Was that text you just read, Proverbs?
Well, that's the only thing. That's why he says, "Be ye transformed by the real." You can't be what he intends you to be if your mind hasn't been transformed.
That's right.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
And be ye transformed by the renewing. We were born with right mind, and I don't mean like physically now. As a nation, we were born with a right mind. We decided to throw our right mind away. So now we got to renew the thing, which is always a harder process. Right? If you bought fight a 68 Corvette and I kept it up for the next 40 years, I don't have to do much renewing.
Right.
But if I let it sit outside in the rain and then roll the windows up, now if I want to go get it to work again, it's gonna cost me a whole hell of a lot of money.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that's where we are.
Right.
Right. Because we're paying the price of ancestors of doing that, and our forefathers doing that, and now it's just a matter of that's why the purpose and intent. It just has to be there. There is no alternative.
Right.
At least.
And
It shouldn't be.
It can't be. And that obedience. And see, Daniel was a great story because I love that part where him and his boys were OGs in the fact that Nebuchadnezzar.
That's his cousin.
Yeah. I'm so old, I'm close enough. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
That's his cousin, right?
Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's how them grown folks talk. But anyway, the key to what I'm saying is he had it set up so that when they heard the music, that they would fall to their knees and worship.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up, bro.
Well, why was that the case though?
Yeah.
Go back 2 stages. The reason why that was the case is because Nebuchadnezzar had respect for them boys. Right. He respected them. So now his people are like, no, we got to put a stop to this.
Right.
So why though he goes to Nebuchadnezzar and says, well, what? They weren't at by the time. Man, you know what? You a beast.
Right.
From this point forward, every time music plays, you should make everybody bow down.
Yeah.
So again, it was for us, not the other people, but their people too had to bow down. And that's when Daniel, David, and them was like, I'm not bowing down to none of that. So it always stems back to jealousy and envy. Right? It just all stems back.
Exactly where I was going.
It always stems back.
So just like they served up Daniel and the boys for not bowing down, it's the same goes back to those 10 nations, those people close to us, right? They served us up because they weren't the children.
Yeah, they're not the people.
They're not the people, so they served us up.
Yeah.
And Nebuchadnezzar recognized that.
Exactly.
Right. And that was but then at the end, after them boys walked out of that fire, he was like, hey, I'm
a changed man. I have seen what I need.
Right. Exactly right.
Y'all right now.
Yeah.
Leave these boys alone, right?
So with that, again, living intentionally,
that's what they did.
Cause somebody else who doesn't know the Most High, right? You be living intentionally, you become that banner now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like Danny always talk about, that moth to the flame.
Yeah.
You become that flame. As somebody who does not know the Most High, because you stood in the gap, because you lived intentionally, you lived on purpose, you lived up to your purpose, right? Now someone else is living.
You didn't blemish the Most High.
You didn't blemish. You didn't profane his name.
You didn't take his name.
And you didn't disqualify yourself.
Don't disqualify. Don't put your hands to the plow and turn around. I take the word from being true, all of it, whatever the say. Anyone who puts his hand to the plow and turn around ain't fit for the kingdom.
Go ahead.
Psalm 19.
I hope it ain't worse than that what you said. Psalm 19.
You said it hope it's not worse.
It don't get no worse. Put your hand to the plow and turn around.
So envy and jealousy is a beast.
Oh, it's that. That's what it is.
It's a beast. Will cause you to serve your brother up. I'm telling you.
But think about it,
for me, I've been there like personally, so trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is deep, man.
It's a test.
This thing is deep. Psalm 19.
Psalm 19, sorry, 7. This goes along with the renewing of
Julie.
Okay, Julia, come back.
Oh.
She said, yeah.
Girl, you can't. Dude, she better calm down there.
Yeah, okay.
She was unmoved over here, boy. She was unmoved. She said, I did my job. Say it'll be grandkids.
Houston, we out.
I got fixed, man, so you know.
All right, go. I took us off track.
You said Psalm 19, right?
Psalm 19, starting at verse 7. We got the ESV, and this goes along with the renewing of the mind. The instructions, the law, the Torah of Yah is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of Yah is sure, making wise the simple. The precept of Yah is right, are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yah is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yah is clean, enduring forever. The rules of Yah are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey, and droplings of the honeycomb. Moreover, moreover, by them is your servant warned. In keeping them, there is great reward. Absolutely. Who can discern his errors? Declare me innocent from hidden faults.
Mm-hmm.
Keep back your servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then I shall be blameless and innocent and of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. Oh yeah, my rock and my redeemer.
Oh yes.
All praises.
Yes, sir.
Walk meekly, but understand what that means.
Yeah.
Power under control.
Power under control.
Power under control.
You know what? You said something about Nebuchadnezzar. I wanted to go here real quick. So remember when we're reading Daniel 2, and Daniel told Nebuchadnezzar, this dream is so that you would know what's in your heart.
That's right.
Right? You know what's in. I'm going to show you your own heart.
Yeah.
You go to the next chapter. What did Nebuchadnezzar do? If you go to the next chapter, scroll to the next chapter. What did this man do?
Oh, made the golden. Yeah.
So it just lets you know that understanding, it's not there for them. It's not there for the foreign. It's not there. Even though the Most High sent Daniel to show him the interpretation of the dream that was for an appointed time of the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still going back and showing them what's the condition of your heart.
Show the condition of his own heart, and he set up his own image for other people to worship him.
Well, it goes back to the Roman Empire or Roman Catholicism. They have a Babylonian system within.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This statue that was given, or this vision, the statue that was given Nebuchadnezzar's dream, connects back to the statue that it has for himself. It goes back to this Roman Catholic Babylonian Empire still has influence upon this. And
No doubt.
Science will destroy this.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Very much so.
I want to say something very They on their way to hell.
So
If I got anything to do, I want to push it up in there. I'm sorry, I'm from the other side. I'm from the south side of Tennessee. I ain't from the north. I'm from the south side. Durham? From Durham. I know Durham. What's up, Durham?
Look, man, this is conservative. We got a young man in this.
I'm sorry. I'm back.
He ready to be spiritually
I'm
turned.
back. Who we fighting? Who we fighting? You see how my dog's running to the door? That's me. Who we fighting?
that's it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we know the end. We know the end of the thing. We know.
Here's the sword. Here's the sword.
I mean, it's gonna be the case anyway. We all gonna have swords.
I gotta read that. Revelation 14. Somebody read it. I think it's 14:6. I ain't got. I lost my glass.
Yeah, right down there.
He was putting himself up.
I might need to get baptized. I think it's that. I'm doing this off the top of my dome. Revelation 14.
7, right? He said with a loud voice, fear the Most High. Give him glory.
14:7, you said, right?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh no, I can tell you that. I ain't say that verbatim. I ain't gotta go. I don't need to look at that at all. No, I was worried talking about the stadium when the blood gonna be up to the.
Oh yeah.
What's that? No, it's Revelation. Is it 19? It's 19. No, I think it's early.
It's earlier than that.
I thought it was 14 or something.
It might be Revelation.
It's earlier than that.
It might be, wait, I said it might be 14 something.
I thought it was 14.
Just 14 and 20.
It's 14 and what?
It's 14. Oh, it is, okay.
You probably started like 17, 19.
All right, 17.
Yeah. So Revelation.
Might as well start at 14.
Harvest of the earth.
Yeah, okay. You want to get?
Okay.
Then I looked, Revelation 14:14. Then I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and seated on the cloud, one like the Son of Man, like a Son of Man, with a golden crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Okay. And another Malachim came out of the temple, calling with a loud voice, him who sat on the cloud, put in your sickle and reap, for the hour to reap has come, for the harvest of the earth is fully ripe. So he who sat on the cloud swung his sickle across the earth, and the earth was reaped. Then another Malachim came out of the temple in Shamayim, and he too had a sharp sickle. And another Malachim came out from the altar, that Malachim who had authority over the fire, and he called with a loud voice to the one whom had the sharp sickle, put in your sickle and gather the clusters from the vine of the earth, for its grapes are ripe. So the Malachim swung his sickle across the earth and gathered the great harvest and the earth and threw it into the great winepress of the wrath of Yah. This is it. And the winepress was trodden outside the city, and blood flowed from the winepress as high as the horse's bridle for 1,600 stadia, which is 180 something miles. 108 from here to past Charlotte.
Yeah, it's nothing but
up to the horse's bridle.
It's a lot of blood.
It's a lot of blood.
And man, I ain't saying I'm down here, but at least one of y'all can mention me if I'm down here. Like, bro, he down there, he was a servant.
Coming with a bunch of the Malachim, man.
That's 19.
It's been a lot of blood spilled too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has been.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. So
I don't want to read that.
that still blood is still crying out from the ground.
Well,
Yep.
we don't
100%.
even know. We don't know this side of the Mashiach.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Right? So if we read Revelation 19:11, I'm gonna stop at 13. Let me go. But then I saw Shemayim, heaven, open, and behold, a white horse, the one sitting on it called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he judges and makes war. His eyes are like a flame of fire. Every time I read that, I get good times in my head. Remember when Michael flame of fire. Every time I hear his voice. And on his head are many diadems, many crowns. Not one, many of them. And he has a name written that no one knows but himself. He is clothed in a robe dipped in blood, and the name by which he is called is the word of Yah, and the armies of heaven arrayed in fine linen, white and pure, are following him on white horses. Where does it say King of Kings? Keep going.
15.
All right, 15. Yeah. From his mouth comes a sharp sword with which to strike down the nations, and he will rule them with a rod of iron. Okay, talk about that. Okay. Rod of iron. He will tread the winepress of the fury of the wrath of Yah. How you say that? On his robe and on his thigh, he has a name written, King of Kings. We don't even know. We can't even imagine yet what this Mashiach when he comes back. You know what I'm saying?
Malachim, Adonai. That's what that is. King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
It's gonna be.
Got something too? Got one.
So that little patch, that little man they got with the little lamb around his neck and the sash and the long clothes.
Yep.
They got another thing coming.
Yeah, that's true. Because even when you go to your point to, when you read it in Revelation, they talk about like the 7 seals being opened and the 7 and all the things that come from that. The Mashiach, the one, open them up.
Yeah, man, that's
man. That's why it says, hearts will be stopping. Their hearts are going to stop for what's coming upon the earth, man.
You have to have
the hearts are going to seize up. Think about that. It's going to be so much fear of what's coming upon the earth that your heart will seize up. That's crazy.
We do need the forewarning though. What's Zechariah 14? Talk about 2/3.
Say that again.
There's Zechariah.
That's where you going.
That's where you at?
On Isaiah.
Okay. Go ahead. You can do your thing.
This is Isaiah 63, starting at the top. Oh, all right. Who is this who comes from Edom in crimson garments from Basra? He who is splendid in his apparel, marching in the greatness of his strength. It is I, speaking in righteousness, mighty to save. Who is your apparel? Why is your apparel red, and why are your garments like his who treads the winepress? I have trodden the winepress alone, and from the peoples no one was with me. I trodden them in my anger, and trampled them in my wrath. Their lifeblood splattered on my garments, and stained all my apparel. For the day of vengeance was in my heart, and my year of redemption had come. I looked, but there was no one to help. I was a pale, but there was no one to uphold. So my own arm brought me salvation, and my wrath upon me. I trampled down the peoples in my anger. I made them drunk with my wrath, and I poured out their lifeblood on the earth.
Now I want to do a forewarning. Zechariah 13, starting at 7. Y'all said, I wish that none perish. Now let's see what.
Zechariah what?
7 verse, Zechariah chapter 13, verse 7. This is what we've been going through on Sunday. Because this is not Christianity where you just believe.
It is not. Believe and receive.
It ain't that.
Confess, and he'll take care of the rest.
You can do whatever you want. Boy, I used that get out of jail card so many times, dog. It was horrible. Matter of fact, I tried to use it one time. You already used it one time. They said, you heard it has been neighbor. Turn to your neighbor. Neighbor, you going to hell.
Right. Excuse me, Pastor. He's on the wrong road.
Like that.
In my head, the shepherd struck, so we know who that is. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the man who stands next to me, declares Yahweh host. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. I will turn my hand against the little ones. In the whole land, declares Yah, 2/3 shall be cut off and perish, and only 1/3 will be left alive. Now let's go down the next verses. And I will put this third into the fire, what we've been talking about, refine them as one refined by silver, and test them as gold is tested. They will call upon my name, and I will answer them. I will say to them, they are my people, and they will say to me, Yah is my power. So 2/3, that's a lot. It's a lot of people. Many are called, but few are chosen. He called all of us, whether you choose to be on the path and walk the walk. I ain't mean anything like that.
No, brother. It's, you know, but it is.
Say something different.
Hey, man, I wasn't with you last night, bro. Don't be looking at me. Y'all get here last night?
No, this
okay, yeah, I got it this morning. You still stuck on last night, man. Confess. Take care. I'm playing with you, bro. We ain't living that life no more. I did it though, bro. I did it, bro. You still got a chance, man. Do
All right, I just told them it might be 3.
Okay, now
I told them. You saw that.
No, we deep in study, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man.
I told them.
This it's real, fam. It's real. Like we always say,
it's urgent.
It's very urgent. This is not This ain't church. That's what I was telling them last week. I said, just being out, out in neighborhoods, and I'm telling you, they kind of look at you like, okay, this is more church people coming up, this and that, whatever. You can see that look. You can see it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Just like a lot of us coming out of it, we experience the hypocrisy, we experience all of these things. Now the Most High woke us up out of this stuff. The people they can see it a mile away. Okay, and I'm telling you, the Most High, the words that He put in my mouth was telling them, look, we're not here in that capacity at all. And one of the very first things I was telling them, I said, yo, the Bible itself is not a religious book. And when I would tell them that, I'm telling you, like the one brother, what was his name, Tyshawn? Brother was sitting on the porch crying, weeping. I don't know what he was crying for. I don't know what was going on in his life. And just, Yadon, myself, sitting there talking to him, leaned over to him, and I said to him, I can't remember what I said before that, but I said, what, the Bible is not a religious book, bro. It's a history book. But when I said that, I mean, he just got up. He just got up. So,
well, people are sick of religion.
They're tired of it.
They're sick of religion. I'm gonna tell you that.
The time of church and the stuff that's come out of church and all that stuff, it is over.
Yes.
And people believe very little of what they hear, but more of what they see.
More what they see.
Right. They believe very little of what they hear, but more of what you see. So it ain't about what you are saying. It's about what you do.
That's right. Let your words have to match your actions.
That's right.
And actions match your words. That's what it is all day. Living by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High. Okay? That's that intentional. When we rise up, when we leave our homes, we go out and about in our day, going to the store. I don't care what we are doing. We are living intentionally according to every word that proceeds out of His mouth.
That's right.
And that's not saying you got to tote a Bible verse every time you speak to somebody that's now whatever. If you're meditating day and night, and again, meditating is not just meditating is speaking that word to yourself, speaking it over and over to yourself, right? Speaking it over your children, over your household, over anyone else. It's life.
Well, we did Deuteronomy 6 morning and evening. Right. We repeat it morning and evening.
Morning and evening. Right? It's life. This is life. Speak that life over yourself, over your family, over your loved ones. Speak that life. That's what we're doing. And the more you do that, it's automatic.
And you said the key word, speaking, not thinking. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But you have to seek the speaking. Meditation is speaking the words, because when if I say something in my head, I know what I'm saying to myself in my head, but when I say it out loud, then I'm getting the frequency and vibration of what the power of that is coming back into me to reinforce. This is how I
what the Psalm 82 says that we are.
God's.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And so we're made in the image. We are those powers, right?
Absolutely.
And death and life is in the power of what?
Tongue.
So what you speak, right? It's rain. And it's going to come back.
Yeah.
So you speak life.
That's what I'm saying. You speak it.
You're going to create that life. You speak death, guess what?
Death is coming.
You see what I'm saying?
Crouching at your door.
So again, live intentionally.
And that's what Elijah said. Choose this day
who you going to serve.
Right.
Right? Choose this day who you going to serve. Exactly right.
If y'all be if Baal be your, follow him. Y'all be your, follow him. But as for me and my house,
Joshua said that.
I'm mixing all of them together.
Joshua said the same thing, right?
As for me and my house,
I'll go back and serve the guys that over there. No, as for me and my house, we gonna serve the Most High.
You ain't lying about that.
We have to serve the Most High. Be intentional, family. Speak life with purpose. Speak life on purpose. On praising again.
Praise.
Don't get caught up in all this hubbub on TV, like Gary said. To turn that mess off.
Turn your TV off. Turn your TV off.
All that social media nonsense and this and that, whatever. Don't get caught up in all that. It's way
Turn
deeper.
your TV
it's way
off.
What Most High, it's way deeper than all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Way deeper.
Y'all did not give us a spirit of fear. That's all it's trying to pour into you.
It's the spirit.
That's all they're trying to do. Get you out of your character. Your character ain't walking around fearful.
Yeah.
Oh man, I heard that Trump said, man, I don't.
Oh, see, love, you want to bring that out? This last scripture, Revelation 6.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was in agreement, when Coach Dan when y'all was saying, 1/3 of the earth, and make sure you intentional so you on that right side of the fraction. You know what I mean? So
I like that. Right side of the fraction. That's a bar right there.
yeah, all praise. So I got
Yeah. So we're gonna end it with you like you do your joints, man. How you just you just go off on a tangent and bring forth the word, man. We're gonna end it with you, bro. We're gonna yield it with you.
no, man. I've been with y'all, man. I'm with y'all.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. No pressure.
Nah, just that Revelation 6, y'all, when Yeshua come back, it's real talk. So Revelation 6 say, if you go back to the top, it'll say Yeshua opened it. But verse 6.
Well, he's the only one worthy to open it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Because it said that the angels in heaven was like, man, who can open the seals?
Yeah, who can open? Think about that now. The Malachim that didn't become disobedient said, we can't even open this. We can't even open this. Right? Think about that.
Only the line of the tribe of Judah. All right, so verse 7. When he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, come. And I looked, and behold, it was a pale horse, and its rider's name was Death, and Hades followed him. And they were given authority over a fourth of the earth to kill with the sword, and with famine, and with pestilence, and by wild beasts of the earth.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Fourth of how many people on earth? 8 billion, 9 billion?
That's a lot of people, man.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people.
They say the same thing in Isaiah, man. They say he gonna make man more rare than chased gold.
We think about that. Salah on that right there.
Okay. I think that's Isaiah 11. I think that's Isaiah 13.
Crazy. Well, but to that point of only Mashiach was worthy. All right. So again, next time I'm thinking about rebuking anything, remember that the scripture in Jude, where even was it?
You can't rebuking.
Was it Gabriel?
Yeah.
Gabriel didn't even bring a real accusation against Jose. No, Michael. Right. Thank you.
Our technical.
Right. He didn't even bring forth a real accusation against.
He said what?
He said, Yah rebuke you.
Y'all rebuke you. Don't be running around like them church people talking about, I rebuke you.
Right. So yes,
you're gonna be like the 7 sons of Sceva.
Tom is an adversary.
I don't know you.
But he is still part of the watchers and the Alahayim up there, right? So there's still a hierarchy up there. So even Michael, the Malach, the angel, said, I'm not bringing real accusation to him. Okay? Yah rebuke him.
Yeah, I don't have the power to do it.
I don't have the power to do it.
Authority, let me say.
And that's we're talking about time.
And that is perfect order. Now, once we come down to our realm, it's upside down.
Right.
We trying to get it right side back up again.
Exactly right. So he said, Yah rebuke. Yah has that power.
That's the foolishness you hear in church. They run around.
Yah has that
power.
Rebuke. So just mental note on that.
Chris, we hijacked you again. You know the old head's got an old head.
He brought that forth. I just want to bring that out because you still hear that going on, man. Like, nah, man. No,
we messed your rhythm up. Start over again.
Oh, me? I'm good, man. I'm good. I brought up that there's a verse in Isaiah 13 when you read verse 12 to the point y'all making, but I'm good.
Well, we'll be with you in another hour and a half.
Bring the energy.
Anybody got any parting shots like that? They always say any closing comments, anything in the heart and the mind.
I was just gonna reiterate what you said, Martin, about the we kind of already know how it's gonna end, and also you don't want to be in the middle when the end do go down. But it's a pretty good verse in 2nd Esdras 6. It talks about it says Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob yeah.
6 now. 6 now.
Yeah. It says Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. So if Jacob's hand is the beginning and Esau's heel is the end, do not try to find space in between, because right after that heel came Jacob. There won't no in between. You know what I'm saying?
My goodness, man! After Jacob, hand, man, that's action, boy.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Look, what is that? Don't try to find space in between, because what the Most High said, I'd rather you hot or cold.
Yeah, I'll vomit you up.
Vomit you out of my mouth. Total rejection.
Goodness gracious. By Jacob's hand, boy, we better get to work.
I gotta get to work.
We going to work tomorrow.
Gotta get to work.
And day and tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Hallelujah.
Today and going to work today and tomorrow.
You see, I think the Most High stopped
The Most High, come on, man. You know what time it is. Come on down.
Can you close us out, man?
I'm gonna ask Mickey.
Oh, you know,
Mickey is
Mick, come on, man. Come on, man. Well, y'all really got that rotator cuff healing. You see, you came out, brother.
Look, I done talked my Zeke off.
Yeah, praises. Hold on, I gotta.
You gonna blow it? Look at that young girl. Look at that young William. I see you, John. I see you. You got that little horn over there on top.
I was talking about that Psalm 19.
Yes.
You're going to end out in that. You know, the heavens declare the glory of Elohim, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Yes.
Day unto day of the speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. And them has he set as a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoice as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the ends of the heavens, and his circuits unto the ends of it. And there is nothing here from the heat thereof. The law of the Most High is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Most High is sure, making wise the simple. The statute of the Most High right, rejoicing the heart. And the commandment of the Most High is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Most High is clean, endure forever. And the judgment of the Most High is true, and righteous altogether. More to be desired than gold, yea, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, thou servant is warned, and of keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thou servant also from presumptuous sin, and let them not have the dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, O Most High. You are our strength and our Redeemer. It's in your only begotten Son, Hamashiach, we give you thanks and praise, and we say, Amen.
Let's go. Let's go. We're doing our conference. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, praise. Family, love y'all, family.
Yeah.
No, she love and travel. Okay,
How long?
Love y'all,
I had
family.
August 6th.
Be intentional. Be encouraged.
Love, shalom.
So, you know, I'm going to PT now. I'm on my second phase.